And welcome to Discoveries in Health.
This is Bishop Dr. Truman Berst. Master Berst, coming to you from Good Shepherd Ministries.
And thank you for joining us here for another Discoveries in Health discussions with Dr. Truman Berst, master herbalist for over 60 years, manufacturing natural remedies, praying with people, helping people to understand natural remedies and all the ways that they can help you and your family, your loved ones. Over 60 years, a labor of love for my Savior, your Savior, Jesus Christ. Thank you for joining us. My email address is truman@herbalhealthreview.com. That's Truman, that's TRUMAN @herbalhealthreview.com. And my telephone number is 503-362-5899. It's better to try to email me. I'm answering my emails. I'm having trouble getting back to every telephone call. I'm getting a lot of telephone calls. Really, the main thing that I need is a member intake form that's on the website herbalhealthreview.com. On that website, that's on that website, that is where you will find all this information, all the reports, all the research I've done for over 60 years. I continue to update it. That's that's what we do here. And it all starts with a member intake form that is on the side panel. It's right there. There's that member intake form. It's an online form. You go on the website, herbalhealthreview.com. You click on the member intake form and you fill it out and you press the button. I get it in about 5 minutes. I am able to answer it within 10 days. What my answer will be a protocol of what to take, when to take it, how to take it, all the information that you need about it. That's where it all starts, the member intake form. I need a donation, and you will need to make a donation in order to use the website and access all the reports, all of the herbal class, the health discussions, all about the store there. You're going to need a username and a password. And how do you get that? Well, you sow into this ministry. This is a ministry, and I need donations to help people to continue to help people. Help me do this. Help me do this ministry. It's not a wealthy ministry in money, but it's a wealthy ministry in Jesus Christ. We are filled with Jesus Christ. We are covered in the blood of Jesus Christ. We are spirit-filled and spirit-led. All praises to the Most High, our Savior, Jesus Christ. It would be a nice thing to start the broadcast with some scripture. So let's do that. Let's get over here to the broadcast and make sure that we've got everything going in that direction. That's good. Checking this is working. That's working. Okay, we're live on Dialpad Meetings. We're live over YouTube. We're making a video over Zoom. All of these broadcasts are ways to join us, and you'll find that information how to join us under live discussions, and there it is, health discussions. When you click on the health discussions tab, it gives you all the ways to join this broadcast over your telephone, over your computer, every Thursday for 2 hours. I'm here to teach. I'm here to educate people about natural remedies, which ones work, how to use them, which ones that may help you. We don't prescribe. We don't diagnose. We don't sell products. We help people. We educate people, and we create protocols of what to take and when to take and how to take it. And we ask for a donation to keep this work going. You'll find the discussion, all the ways to join this broadcast on the website, herbalhealthreview.com, under health discussions. Then, if you'd like to know all about the healthcare system that is the greatest healthcare system ever invented in the United States of America. I know that's very, it may not be very modest for me to say that, but it's the truth, because this is a complete natural healthcare system with information educating you, with links to the manufacturer, helping you to acquire the product, even though we make nothing from the sale of any product. We will send you to the manufacturer. We will educate you so that you know what may help you. And then we will send you where you can find it. That's what we'll do. So that's a complete system. And the manufacturer, Herbal Health, the manufacturer is betterhealthherbs.com. At betterhealthherbs.com, you can order products. The information again is on the herbalhealthreview.com website. The products are on the betterhealthherbs.com website. And so you can go on that website, and when it goes to checkout, you can use the coupon code to get a discount. So now you got a system where you can become educated, so that you know what you need and how to use it. And then you can order it, because we'll send you to whatever manufacturer is manufacturing it, whatever it is you need. Then we will ask you for a donation, so we can keep going, because we get nothing from the sale of any products. So this is a ministry. And so then there is a button called About, and we click on the About button. And on the About button, that tells you all the ways to join this broadcast, and how to become a member, so you can use the website. Because without a username and a password, you can only see a certain amount of the website. The website is for members, people who sow into this ministry, who are wanting to help other people to be educated, so that we're all educated, the rich and the poor. Yes, everybody is included in this system, the poor and the wealthy, and those who can possibly sow into this ministry for $195 donation one time for a lifetime membership, which is unheard of. Where can you get an herbalist to coach you the rest of your life for a donation of $195? Nowhere. Maybe $19,000, maybe $1,900, but no, not 195. Nowhere but here. And then you have access to, as soon as you make a donation, you have access to everything. And you fill out that member intake form, and you send that to me, and I create a protocol of what to take, when to take, how to take it, and that's it. And then you start taking those things that may help you. And let's find out if you're just one of the most everybody that we've ever helped. We helped them a lot. We have people that don't have breast cancer anymore, don't have lung cancer anymore. We have people who are very, very poor, and they can't afford natural remedies. They can't afford drugs. They can't afford anything. I mean, it's just that tough. And so we give them as much of a discount as we can. We help them for those people who then we ask for a donation, not of $195 one time for a lifetime membership. And then we never ask you again for another donation. However, we always invite you to make donations to help more people if you can, and if you are the poor, then it's $20 per month, $20 per month. And you have an herbal doctor to answer your questions and help you with whatever health issue that you are working with. So that's the system. We're not prescribing, we're not diagnosing, we're not replacing your medical doctor, although some of them should be replaced, just like some herbalists probably should be replaced. Nobody's, no system is perfect. No system is perfect, but this is the best system on the planet. That's right. This is where you're going to find out how you can be comforted with natural remedies. Again, My email address is Truman, Truman, at herbalhealthreview.com. Let's open this broadcast with some scripture from the King James Version of the Bible. And I'd love to get into Psalms. Psalms is one of my favorite books in the Bible. And let's start with Psalm 1. Blessed is the man that waketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. But his delight is in the law of the Lord. 3. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law doth he meditate a day and night. And he shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water, that bringeth forth his fruit in his season. His leaf also shall not wither. Whatsoever he doeth shall prosper. The ungodly are not so, but are like the chaff which the wind driveth away. Therefore, the ungodly shall not stand in the judgment, nor sinners in the congregation of the righteous. For the Lord knoweth the way of the righteous, but the way of the ungodly shall perish. Psalm 1. All praises to the Most High. All praises to the Most High. In Jesus Christ's name, all praises to the Most High. In Jesus Christ's name, Yeshua, our Savior, all praises to the Most High God. So be it. Let's get over here to the dial pad meetings room and see if it's working this week. It wasn't last week. And I see people that are in the dial pad meeting room, and I'm inviting you to open your microphone if you have any question or comment or suggestion or a topic. That's how we work this. We want to teach what you want to learn or what you want to talk about. And so press your star key 2 times on your microphone if you're in the dial pad meetings room. If you're over there on YouTube, well, let me know that you are what you would like to talk about, and be sure, and let's see if that will wake up here. Let's see. Show more active speaker. Let's try that. Okay. Okay, I don't see any hands up. I don't see anyone suggesting a topic or suggesting what we talk about. And so in that case, I'm just going to get started here with the latest news. And the latest news is about pesticide regulation. Pesticide regulation. We can do better. That's right. As of according to Alliance for Natural Health, which is a good source of information. I have lots of resources. And so when we're talking about pesticide regulation and the fact that we could do better, we have an article from gmoscience.org, the gmoscience.org, and what they're saying is, despite decades of research in the area of pesticides and human health risks, gaps persist between usage, environmental damage, health impacts, and state regulators such as the EPA. Pesticide applications involve many agencies and individuals stemming from farmers, ranchers, and foresters, landscapers, groundkeepers, schools, and even from individuals in private homes. As usage and reliance of pesticides continues on a constant upward trend in most conventional farms, both in the US and abroad, little time and money is invested by scientists in the EPA working to advance the accuracy of pesticide risk assessment. For example, Dr. Ruth Etzel, former director of the EPA's Office of Children's Health Protection, the OCHP, it filed a complaint against the agency, accusing them of failing to protect children from environmental toxicants while focusing instead on corporate interests. And Dr. Etzel has faced retaliation, and her case against the EPA is presently being heard. Dr. Etzel, E-T-Z-E-L, is among the 5 current or former EPA scientists who have alleged a range of complicity of the EPA with industry, despite those relationships, clearly placing the public at harm. Another thorn in the side of EPA occurred in 2007 over its failure to adhere to the Food Quality Protection Act, FQPA. In the case of chlorpyrifos, these chlorpyrifos, well, after years of legal battle, the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals filed in favor of a consortium of advocacy groups for health, also for farm workers and for children, and the environment protection organizers. The decision has come up under review presently under President Biden's administration. The concern is that pesticides registrants will continue with their influence and stronghold over the science of pesticide risk assessments. A prominent example of lack of a regulation is the glaring environmental disaster of glyphosate, the active ingredient in Roundup herbicides, and due to a lack of oversight. High-risk application scenarios have persisted, leading to dangerous exposures and off-label applications. There are ongoing legal battles over the role of glyphosate and cancer, particularly non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. The failure of the EPA and the parent company of Monsanto, Bayer, their failure to provide sufficient warnings and safety requirements on their products led to countless present and foreseeable future preventable health crises. So that's just the tip of the iceberg on that particular problem. We have special interest groups who are self-regulating themselves. They're not and they're getting this glyphosates. It's out all over the place, and it's getting in everything, and it's harming people. So we need to we need to find out about these things and get behind changing them, because we've got a lot of evil people who have made a lot of changes, and a lot of people who are not evil who have missed the boat. They don't get it. They don't know what's going on. And so they don't know how to protect themselves. They don't know they have to protect themselves. Protect yourself from glyphosates. And let's find out about what's the latest health information from Ronald Hoffman, MD, about weight loss. Last week, the top obesity researchers challenged the calories in, calories out hypothesis that has dominated our approach to weight loss for decades. The study finds and heralded the overseating doesn't cause obesity. Did I say overseating? Overeating. Overeating doesn't cause obesity. That's what the study found. And Science Daily proclaimed, scientists claim that overeating is not the primary cause of obesity. Okay. It all sounds kind of counterintuitive. We dutifully weigh our portions and we consult tables, like acid alkaline food charts and various applications to determine our caloric intake. And our smartwatches and our gym equipment report how many calories we burn when we exercise. And this is sometimes referred to as the energy balance model of weight loss. It's based on the 19th century physics of the laws of thermodynamics that launched the machine age. It makes sense, sort of. If you're a lead-foot driver, your car will burn fuel faster. If you soft pedal it, like the test drivers who establish unrealistic MPGs that you never attain in actual traffic conditions, you save fuel if you're not a lead-foot Louie. Okay. Fuel being the equivalent of dietary calories, car mileage, and speed analogous to exercise intensity and duration. Therefore, it's simple: eat less, exercise more. That is about as much nutritional advice as you'll get from your average doctor, who still subscribes to the outmoded steampunk energy balance model of weight loss. Next patient, and then there comes another one, and then they do the same thing. Looking at weight loss in that kind of a fashion is the equivalent of attempting to launch the nuclear age relying on physics of Isaac Newton rather than the remarkable new perspective afforded by Einstein's theory of relativity. A new article in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition entitled "The Carbohydrate Insulin Model." It's entitled "The Carbohydrate Insulin Model, a physiological perspective on the obesity pandemic," attempts to apply a correction. In other words, we have a big problem with weight loss. We have a massive pandemic of weight gain. We need help here. So we've been missing the boat on weight loss, is what they're saying. Last week, the top obesity researchers challenged the calories in, calories out hypothesis. Okay, and so we left off with the carbohydrate insulin model, which is a physiological perspective on the obesity pandemic. And it attempts to apply a correction. And here's the correction. It's not that this is a brand new revelation. Physicians like Banting in the 19th century, whose principles were discovered by Robert Atkins and others in the 20th century, have long invoked the carbohydrate restriction as an alternative to caloric restriction, as a way to shed weight. But their approach encountered resistance and derision from mainstream medicine. It took the failure of the low-fat diet paradigm to prompt a reappraisal. Obesity and type 2 diabetes rates soared while we demonized saturated fat and cholesterol and encouraged grains and starchy vegetables. It didn't work. What's significant about the AJCN article is its positioning in the world's most authoritative nutrition journal, an acknowledgement that weight gain is not merely an energy surplus problem, but rather a hormonal disorder that can be mediated with diet. And it is quite literally overweight is quite literally a sugar disease, a subject that the author wrote about 30 years ago and reprised it in a 2013 article. The AJCN article is a collaborative effort spearheaded by Dr. David Ludwig, an outspoken pediatrician at Harvard. He is the author of Always Hungry, Conquer Cravings, Retain Your Fat Cells, and Lose Weight. Presently, which posits that carb consumption perpetuates a cycle of craving that leads to progressive weight gain. The AJCN article, the authors turned the prevailing explanation for weight gain on its head. Rather than obesity being the result of excessive consumption of food, they argue that it is the type of food consumed that drives overeating, resulting in overweight. What characterizes obesogenic foods, what characterizes them is their glycemic index, a measure of how rapidly and to what extent they dump glucose into your body. in the carbohydrate insulin model, CIM, of weight gain that they propose, it's rising levels of insulin in response to dietary carbohydrates that perpetuates a vicious cycle of overconsumption and weight gain. Instead of asking dieters to impose self-control over the quantity of food they eat, which seldom works long-term, Ludwig and his co-authors proposed a change in dietary quality. According to CIM, humans in the modern industrial food environment may have greater long-term control over what than how much they eat. By reducing anabolic drive with a low GI diet, patients may experience less hunger and improved energy level. A practical strategy is to substitute high GL foods, which are refined grains, potato products, concentrated sugars, foods with high fat foods like nuts, seeds, avocado, olive oil. See, those are all the things you eat if you want to gain weight. When you want to lose weight, those are the foods that you would eat in moderation. And you would be a little more generous though with some of the nuts and seeds and avocados and olive oil than the article says, because those are good foods and you do need them, but you need it in moderation. So for those with social susceptibility, such as high insulin secretion or severe insulin resistance, that you need a stricter reduction in total carbohydrate from whole kernel grains. So you're allowing moderate intake of total carbohydrate from whole kernel grains. And you have to be careful of grains these days. The only really safe grains from glyphosate and so forth are amaranth, quinoa, and whatever grains. And you probably want to go for non-gluten grains, because this gluten is another a problem for people. So we have to let's go gluten-free, and let's find out about how to control the insulin with a diabetes plus kit, so you can control diabetes. Can be controlled with natural remedies and diet. And for those with these high insulin secretion and severe insulin resistance, you got to have a stricter diet. That's why you look at the Make Lifestyle Changes diet system, which is a very high dense nutrient, high energy diet system that falls into this kind of a system that goes along with what they're saying here. It's a kind of diet that I've been using for 60 years and pretty much staying at at a whatever weight I wanted to be at. If I wanted to pump myself up, I might hit about 150 pounds. But if I want to stay lean and mean, then I keep my Bruce Lee weight. That's 120 pounds. Right now, I'm 120 pounds. I'm at my Bruce Lee weight. I'm fast. I'm muscular. I'm tight, and I have a lot of energy. And It's because I have this type of a diet, but it's more strict. My diet is loaded with nutrition and energy. Just before I got on the broadcast, I had some bee pollen and 6 ginsengs. So, you know, and I have had a power drink. That's it. That's what I've had all day long. That's it. That's all. And I'll eat later when I'm hungry. When I'm hungry, I'm going to eat. And I'll have a salad. You know, I'll have beans, rice, amaranth, quinoa, those kinds of grains. But it all has to be organic. And then I'm taking in a lot of nutrients. And that's what's kept me powerful is a lean, lightweight, same height, same weight as Bruce Lee. That's it. And a lot of the same philosophies as well. The guy was really a tremendous individual. The thing about this is you have to or perhaps have time restricted eating. Could reduce hunger, thereby facilitate calorie restriction, in part through hormonal mechanisms. Again, weight loss. I find that when people use that number 1196, gland rejuvenator, it rejuvenates the glands. So that's helping to balance things out. And then with the glands and the hormone, the glands are working with the hormones. And with that 1196 gland rejuvenator balances out the hormones and people lose weight. So anyway, and there's more on this article here. They're talking about there's a couple of other perspectives about weight loss that Ludwig and his group et al. They call it et al. Didn't have time to consider. There was other perspectives. You know, see, they weren't looking at how to correct diabetes. They're trying to work with you having it. That's like not fixing a problem, but glossing it over and just looking at the weight loss. So they're missing that in this article. They're not encompassing all of the perimeters. The microbiome, you know, your gut health, because, you know, and there are many herbalists, many naturopathic doctors will tell you, it all starts in your gut. If your gut is not working, if you're not staying cleaned out, if you're not getting plenty of nutrition in that gut, of plenty of natural probiotics, the gut's not going to work. The microbiome matters. It really matters. According to a new study that confirms previous research, gut microbiota influence the microbiota. It influences the ability to lose weight. If your gut health is right on, if you're cleaning out and you've got plenty of probiotics and everything's working good there, then people who have trouble shedding pounds may have a different pathogenic bacteria in their intestinal tracts. So they're overweight, they've got the wrong bacteria in their stomach, and they can't lose weight no matter what they do. Okay, so healthier diets can favorably alter the bacterial composition of the microbiota. So too might specialized probiotics that reintroduce beneficial species, which biotech startups are racing to develop, which is why I use one of the highest tech probiotics that there is. It's 10 separate bacterias and 50 billion strength. That's about what it takes to maintain a healthy microbiota. That's what it takes. And I take one in the morning. If there's any kind of a yeast infection or foot infection or bacterial or fungal infection, you take one of those in the morning and one at night and back off from the sugar. I mean, fruit, sugar of all type, back off from that, and then it'll go away within 2 to 3 days and it'll balance out. Then after it's all balanced out and you have no symptoms, you can take 1, 10, 50, 10 different strains of bacteria, 50 billion strength, 1 in the morning. That keeps the stomach healthy from all kinds of things. Now, there's another problem here we have to look at, and that's toxins. Toxins. A lot of people are toxic. They really need to detox their body. They need to get rid of the heavy metals. They need to get rid of all that toxic load of artificial chemicals called obesogens. Obesogens can impede weight loss. Plasticizers like BPH and fofolatas, and herbicides like atrazine, and forever chemicals like PFOA, used in non-stick cookware, that people then chip it, because they're not using plastic or wood. They're using metal, and they chip or they scratch that PFOA non-stick cookware, and they poison themselves. And then they poison themselves with fire retardants. Ubiquitous in mattresses and pillows and furniture and clothing are all acknowledged as endocrine disruptors. See, that's an endocrine system. And an endocrine food is that number 1196 gland rejuvenator with a heart formula in it to also balance out the heart while it's balancing out all of the glands. Now, the kidneys are glands as well. And if the kidneys are giving you any pain, or if the kidneys aren't working, then it's time for a kidney cleanse. You got to clean out the kidneys. See, doctors don't clean out the kidneys. They wait for them to just finally get so bad that they put you on dialysis. An herbalist will clean out the kidneys so you don't have to go on dialysis. And if you are on dialysis, they will put you on a kidney cleanse for anywhere to 3 to 6 months. And some of these people come off of dialysis with a kidney cleanse up from 3 to 6 months. Yeah, some do. Now, there are more factors likely to remain to be discovered, but the latest research is a clarion call to reverse our overly simplistic and resoundingly unsuccessful approach to weight loss. We've got to balance out the glandular system. Let's go over and look at a weight loss report over on herbalhealthreview.com. We clicked on common conditions on herbalhealthreview.com. We go all the way down to the bottom of the reports. Click on weight loss and read more. Here is what an herbalist knows about weight loss. Herbs for weight loss contain tonics that boost your nervous system. This makes you more capable of coping with stress and prevents you from emotionally eating, because the body becomes so out of balance with all these chemicals and all of this fear of overeating and so forth. One should eat as much as it is comfortable to feed you and nourish you, and then stop eating. That's right. Don't eat for entertainment. Don't eat because it tastes good. Don't eat more because it tastes good. You eat because it tastes good, but don't eat more because it tastes good. And so we need to be careful of the hormones going out of balance, and then you're emotionally eating because you're more emotional when your hormones are out of balance, male or female. And herbs make you feel positive. They also give you the strength to exercise. If I'm going to get an intensive workout, I'm going to get a little ginseng and bee pollen, and then I'm going to get a workout. Then I can really get a double workout because I can go and go and go on ginseng and bee pollen. And if you never use bee pollen, start with one little bee pollen pellet. That's all, just one little bead, and put it in a glass of water, and then take a sip of the water. And if you're allergic, well, then use less and less and less until finally you're able to drink a whole glass of water that has had one little bee pollen granule in that, and that'll help you get over allergies. That's how you get over allergies, because it inoculates you against allergies when you're taking this little sip. So it's like a homeopathic dosage, okay? And then pretty soon you're able to take a mouthful of bee pollen and gives you a ton of energy, and you can go and go and go. But we need a combination of nutrients, herbs, and a proper diet, supplements. They're all balanced. Every individual, we need to do this. We need to find out what each person needs. And that's what an herbalist does. He finds out exactly what it is going to take to balance things out. So, and as many vegetables, fruits, nuts, and again, we're going to be careful on the grains. Nuts are fattening, so we're going to be modest with nuts and seeds, but we're going to have some in the diet. And we're going to eat wild caught fish, and organic fish, and it's going to be wild caught, and it's going to be organic chicken, and little or no red meat, and never pork, because pork retains the poisons that the pig eats all of its life, and they stay in the meat. If a rattlesnake bites a pig and pumps all the poison in, the pig eats the rattlesnake, and all the poison goes into the pig's skin, and the pig never gets sick. You eat the pig, you get sick. What's wrong with that picture? It's biblical. Don't eat pork. And refined sugars, do not eat refined sugars. There's all kinds of safe sweeteners, like stevia. It's an herb that's sweeter than sugar. It has a little bit of a bitter taste, but that bitter taste is chromium that will help you lose weight. Yeah, there's chromium in stevia. Chromium is a weight loss mineral. You can just take the mineral chromium, get it as an herbal chromium. Put a squirt under your tongue. You'll lose that 10 pounds every month just from chromium. It causes weight loss. And it's simple and it's inexpensive. So, and you got to drink half your body weight in quality liquids, not counting beer and alcohol and things like that, soda pops. No, you don't. That's not liquid. That's bad stuff. You want to leave that alone, and you want to use water. You want to use coconut water, coconut milk. You want coconut that's pressed, that has the coconut meat, coconut gel, and coconut water all in one liquid. It's called pressed coconut. And they ought to make a donation for me, giving them a commercial. But that's the best coconut milk I ever tried, was the one that says pressed. And coconut milk rehydrates you better than water because it's got all the electrolytes in it. It's totally balanced. You're going to get more rehydration from coconut milk than you would from water. There's an herb called forskolin. Forskolin. Forskolin contains no stimulants. Forskolin contains 10% pure forskolin. The active ingredient in the health and herbs extract or powder. And the forskolin has been found to burn belly fat from within your body, boosting weight loss by as much as, just when you're adding the forskolin, it boosts your weight loss program by 33.77% was what they found. The studies have shown that daily forskolin intake can increase lean muscle and increases bone density. So forskolin, about 30 drops 3 times a day under the tongue. All liquids can be combined together in 1 cup or 1 shot glass, and you can then take a little sip of your herbal extracts that you're supposed to take in the morning, the herbal extracts you're supposed to take in the afternoon, and the herbal extracts you're supposed to take in the evening. You can put them all together in 1 shot glass or one cup. There's a tea that's called Diet Master Tea, and it's got all these great herbal combination of purit tea, green robios tea, chickweed leaf, Garcinia kombucha, pau de arco bark, oolong tea, white peony tea, fenugreek seed, senna leaf, uber ursi, dandelion leaf. There's some stevia leaf, natural sweetener without any sugar. Stevia leaf is in there to make it taste good. And some of the individual ingredients have been mentioned on Dr. Oz as a fat blasting machine, which is when we listen to Dr. Oz describe the herbs that one should use, those are the herbs that we put in this formulation. So this is a fat blasting herbal formulation. It helps to burn fat into energy. It's called Diet Master Tea. The forskolin, let me give you a number. And I'm not selling anything here, folks. I get nothing from the sale of any product, but I can tell you where you can get these and get the best products. I'll point the direction. I'll give you a link. And this link, let's see, it's number 3677 is the number for forskolin when you go to the website betterhealthherbs.com. If you type in 3677, forskolin will come up. If you type in 4005, the Diet Master Tea will come up. Diet Master Tea is 4005 on betterhealthherbs.com, where I get nothing from the sale of any product. And here it is, folks, herbal chromium. And herbal chromium, you can get like a little 2-ounce bottle, and it's number 1205. Herbal chromium. You use 6 to 30 drops. 6 drops will be for somebody who's sensitive to everything. 30 drops will be in for most people. And if you want to be careful, you start with 6 drops, and if everything's fine, and it should be, then you can take 30 drops. And you're going to take 30 drops, and you can take it up to 3 times a day. This herbal chromium, you shake it up and down, and you store it in a cool, dark place because it's an essential trace element, and it has numerous actions in the body. This herbal chromium, it works with your insulin to metabolize sugar, and without chromium, the blood sugar is not absorbed by the body, by the body's cells, and hyperglycemia may result. That's high blood sugar. If you don't know about things like chromium, that will help you use that insulin. Helps to metabolize it. And so extreme hyperglycemia is the other name for it. It's called diabetes. So herbal chromium is of help against diabetes. Herbal chromium helps to bring protein where it is needed, aids growth, and may develop, and it may help lessen atherosclerosis, and it may help prevent diabetes. Herbal chromium. Both exercise and high sugar intake increases the loss of chromium through the urine. Also, with increased age, the body retains less chromium and it's easier to gain weight. And a deficiency in symptoms include high blood sugar, diabetes, impaired glucose tolerance, increased insulin levels, glycosuria, impaired growth, decreased fertility, and lower sperm count, and aortic plaques, and increased cholesterol levels, and decreased longevity. In other words, it'll make you die sooner if you don't get it. If you don't get chromium, it can cause decreased longevity. That means it'll kill you if you don't get it. You've got to have chromium, and it's cheap and it's inexpensive, and it's easy to use. So the other thing that it can cause, besides increased insulin levels, glycosuria, impaired growth, decreased fertility, and low sperm count, aortic plaques, increased cholesterol levels, decreased longevity, and the optimal chromium assimilation has these results. What happens when you get plenty of chromium? Decreased cholesterol, decreased blood sugar, growth of muscles. You get more muscle, less body fat. You have increased energy. Chromium, that's what we're talking about. Herbal chromium is number 1205. It's number 1205. Okay. Now, so these are the things that you would use to start with to lose weight. And one of the greatest weight loss formulation that I ever created is called Energy Up and Weight Down, number 1164, which is a high protein nutrition, antioxidants, and fat fighting citron is in there. A super energy herbal preparation. It's rich in chlorophyll. It's rich in amino acids and vitamins and minerals and beta carotene and iodine and DNA and RNA and enzymes, all in Energy Up, Weight Down, number 1164. And it is an excellent source of dietary fiber as well. So that is one of the things that people are using to lose weight. Garcinia cambogia aids in weight loss by doing two things. It helps to block fat. It suppresses your appetite. It curbs appetite and trims weight. So you can get Garcinia cambogia by itself. You'll find it in many other preparations that we've already talked about. There is a formula that curbs your appetite and it trims weight if you're having a problem with appetite. It curbs the appetite, so it slows down the appetite And that's number 1120. It's a tincture extract. You're taking about 30 drops 3 times a day, and it to help to slow down the appetite and help to lose weight. There's a weight loss support with Hoodia, because Hoodia is another proven weight loss ingredient. And so it's number 1450, and this number 1450 weight loss support with Hoodia is an appetite suppressant, and it's helpful in losing weight. So there's different things for different people that you can try. If one's working, you've got 2 or 3 different other ones you can use. There is a system of flushing the toxins, the bad things that you don't want in your body, and to get them all out of the body. Cleans up there's a formula that cleans up the bloodstream, cleans up the liver, cleans up the bowel, and it's formula number 1078. And it's a liquid blood, colon, liver cleanser. And you take enough of that number 1078, and that will help you every bowel movement to be so soft that when you flush the toilet, the bowel movement breaks up in a cloud. Now that is exactly what needs to happen every time, because if that bowel movement is not breaking up, if it's not breaking up in a cloud when you flush the toilet, you're reabsorbing. Your bowel movement is too hard, the stool is well formed, and you're reabsorbing things you're trying to get rid of, and over time you're going to wind up with feeding parasites, and you're going to have digestive problems and immune system problems and low energy problems if you're not getting rid of these toxins and this debris that is in the blood. It's in the colon, it's in the liver, and we need to clean things up and get them working again and balance them out so that the liver, so that this will 1078. You're going to find that the correct dose, whether it's 1 teaspoon, 2 teaspoons, or a tablespoon. And you're taking that amount that it takes to, when you flush the toilet, the bowel movement breaks up in a cloud. And what it's doing here, we're purifying the blood, we're killing parasites, we're improving overall digestion. It strengthens the immune system. It provides an overall tonic effect on the body. And this is not a habit-forming a laxative. It is not a habit-forming laxative. You will use less and less over a period of time. That's number 1078 liquid. Now, the way to use this, because this is going to improve your overall digestion, strengthen your immune system, and it's going to provide an overall tonic effect on the entire body. Now, when you use it with Truman's Fiber Special with bentonite clay, number 4837, and the best time to take that fiber powder is 2 hours before dinner on an empty stomach. So you got this 4837 powder, and you don't want to take it with your vitamins. You don't want to take it with your food, because it will absorb and pull everything into this fiber gel. Because you take this number 4837 fiber powder, and you get your favorite juice, water, or tea, whatever you want, whatever liquid you want, juice, water, or tea, and you put a teaspoon of this fiber powder or a tablespoon, whatever it takes, to stir it up. And when you stir it up, and then you drink it down before it gels. It's going to turn into a gel. You drink it down before it turns into a gel. It's sliding through your body. It's sliding through your body, and it is absorbing everything. I mean, heavy metals, toxins, anything, including the moisture in your body. It's all going into that gel. Not only that, but at the same time, it's imparting super green foods. There's all the super green foods that you're getting that are loaded with chlorophyll, deodorizing the digestive tract, feeding and nourishing the digestive tract with all those super green foods. Then it has one more ingredient, and that is bentonite clay. The bentonite clay is a toxin magnet, and it's a heavy metal magnet. It's a magnet that bentonite clay is electrically charged with a negative charge. Toxins, heavy metals are positively charged and pulled right into the clay. This is like this gel, this fiber, this clay with all the nutrients of super green foods in it. It is one of the greatest discoveries I ever created, because it is so balanced. It just pulls everything into it. And then as soon as you've done that, within 10 minutes, you need to drink another glass of water to rehydrate your body, because there's no moisture left in it. Everything is in the gel, sliding through the body, collecting all the bad things that are in the blood, pulling things out of the blood that don't belong there, heavy metals and toxins, and hitting the liver, cleaning up the liver, pulling off any bad things from the liver into the gel, going into the bowel, cleaning up the bowel, we're pulling everything into that gel, and then sliding right out the body. Gone. Taking all that with them. Then you follow it with a big glass of water, rehydrating and flushing everything out. And you do that for that's a 2-week cleanse. And there's a kit where you get the 1078 and the 4837 together, and they give you an extra discount, and it's called Cleansing Program with bentonite clay. Number 4486. Number 4486. That, when you go to betterhealthherbs.com, click in either 1078 if you want them individually, or 48 and 4837 individually, or if you want them as a kit, get an extra discount plus another discount when you check out. Then that's number 4486 is the kit. So that is a weight loss system. Now you want to go to your local health food store and get their best multiple vitamin. That's it. You know, a really good multiple vitamin. I like liquid multiple vitamins. I like liquid nutrients because you absorb more from them. It's up to you whether you want a capsule or tablet or a liquid multiple vitamin. Pick it up in your local health food store. Here is the Gland Rejuvenator, number 1196. That is a formula that helps balance blood sugar levels. It helps regulate the lymphatic system. It stimulates and strengthens the spleen and the pancreas and the thyroid. It it balances the endocrine system, all of the glands. Number 1196. It helps to keep the heart. It has a heart formula in it, and it helps to keep the heart in proper function while it's tuning up all the glands. Also, it can be taken and used to aid digestion. It will help eliminate toxins, and it will help dissolve gallbladder stones. Gland Rejuvenator, number 1196. Great for the glandular system, great against diabetes, great against weight loss. Gland Rejuvenator, number 1196. Now, here's another one you won't find around usually, and that's raspberry ketones. There's raspberry ketones, number 2522. It's a liquid. And these raspberry ketones are found in raspberries. And significantly aid in weight loss. What these raspberry ketones are doing, it blocks fat by encouraging the body to use fat instead of storing it. So now instead of storing it, you're taking raspberry ketones and the body's not storing the fat anymore. It encourages hormones that metabolize fats. So now it's giving you, and it's encouraging hormones that to metabolize the fats for energy. Now now instead of using the hormones to make you fat, you're using the hormones to make you skinny and energize you and suppress the appetite, and it aids in the breakdown of all the fat molecules that are used for fat metabolism. Raspberry ketones, a little weight loss trick. Another thing that's going to give you a ton of energy, and you need energy when you're fasting, and you want to. We want to intermittent fast. You want to go until you want to be hungry. When you eat, you want to be hungry. I wait until I'm very hungry. Then I eat. That's intermittent fasting. While you're being very hungry, it's eating up all the fat. So you don't have to wait. You don't have to be very hungry for a long period of time. But you need to be hungry for maybe 15 minutes, 20 minutes, half hour, an hour. Go without eating when you really want to for just a little while. It burns up all the fat. It's called intermittent fasting. And these branched chain amino acid complex, that is really going to really give you energy, because the branched chain amino acid complex number 2073, or you can pick it up from your local health food store, just branched chain amino acid complex. It contains an ideal ratio of 2 to 1. That's the ratio of free form crystalline branch chain amino acids, and the amino acids are L-leucine, L-isoleucine, and L-valine, also combined and with conditionally essential the conditionally essential amino acid L-glutamine, and the BCAAs exert an anti-catabolic effect by reducing the breakdown of protein, thereby protecting muscle tissue, and then you're using arginine plus ornithine, number 2322. You use the arginine plus ornithine, number 2322. You use it for weight loss, muscle metabolism, immune disorders, and liver disorders. Okay, if you got a liver problem, immune system problem, or a weight loss problem, or you want more muscle metabolism, arginine plus ornithine, number 2322. And that's how you work with that. And here's an article from Discover magazine, and it talks about your health, your fat cells that never disappear, and they're making your future weight gain more likely. So that's an article on out of Discover magazine. You can read up on that, and that's it. That's how you lose weight. And as you're losing weight, then the next thing you want to do is you want to get over to the Make Lifestyle Changes diet system. Okay, so there it is. It's on the side panel. It's also under common conditions, Make Lifestyle Changes diet system, because that's where after you've gotten your weight, you got your weight loss program going. Now let's get your high energy diet system going. Let's click on the Make Lifestyle Changes diet system. And it wants me to log in. Okay, I can do that. All right, log in. And that's the thing, you need to become a member so you can log in and read all the reports that I continually work on and polish and update. But here it is, the greatest super energy diet system. I have groomed this and groomed this for over 60 years. I've worked on this diet system. And it starts with how much water you should drink. You need to drink enough pure spring water with minerals. And you start every morning with a 16-ounce glass of water. And you just start sipping your way on it. Good idea to put take a slice of lemon, crush it into the water, and that lemon will flush out your kidneys. So now you're helping your kidneys to get rid of toxins when you're using a little bit of lemon. If you want to flush your kidneys out, half a lemon about 2 to 3 times in a row, you take a cup of water, anywhere from 8 to 12 ounces, 8 to 16 ounces, whatever amount you want to drink. And you put a half a lemon in, squeeze half a lemon into it. And we're not talking about lemon juice. I said a whole organic lemon, a real lemon, half of it, 2 to 3 times a day, squeezed into a cup of water, 8 to 16 ounces of water, 2 to 3 times a day, will flush out your kidneys. Well, just flush them out. And sometimes people need a kidney flush because they're trying to get rid of the toxins, and sometimes they get overloaded with toxins. One of the greatest nutrients your body needs, and very few people get, is B12 and folic acid, because the B12 will feed the brain and the nervous system. It will also help get rid of anemia. B12 will make you smarter, will energize. Every single cell in your body will be energized with B12 and folic acid, half a dropper full, 3 times a day. Then the third thing that's listed here in the Make Lifestyle Changes diet system that will change your life is the everyday liquid sunshine drops. And the secret to this, and by the way, I've read, and it is said that the cure for high blood pressure is vitamin D. But when you read the studies on vitamin D at the proper dosages of like 50 drops for 15 days to load you up in it, and you would do you do it the first time you find out about it, you do it. You take 50,000. Each drop is 1,000. So that's 50 drops. So you better get 2 or 3 bottles of liquid sunshine. And you're taking 50 drops. Oh, you can get the capsules, but the capsules are made of gelatin. And if you want, see, some people don't want gelatin because they don't want an animal product. But these drops are the only way not to get a capsule that is made with gelatin, because I don't know of a vitamin D that is in a capsule that is vegetarian. So here it is, the only way that I know that you can get these drops, and it takes 50 of them for 15 days. On the 16th day, you stop taking 50,000 and you take 10,000. And you take 10,000 until either spring or fall. Every spring, you do it again. for 15 days, it's 50,000 once a day. On the 16th day, drop back to 10,000 for 6 months. At the beginning of, and you do this at the beginning of spring and the beginning of fall, because in October, that's flu season. This is going to boost your immune system. I read the report that says that vitamin D slashes your risk of cancer by 77%. You don't want cancer? Vitamin D slashes your risk of cancer by 77%. My reactions are very fast. If you have any kind of a problem hormonally affecting you, and your hormones are just not working like they should, and you need hormones balanced out, a lack of hormones will cause excessive stress and exhaustion. So when a military pilot, male or female, is all stressed out, all exhausted, can't fly another mission, they take this Pregnenolone, and they give them anywhere from 30 milligrams to 700 milligrams under the tongue in 10 minutes. All stress is gone, all exhaustion is gone, and they're ready to fly another mission. So if you have to pull another shift or work all night, you might want to take some Pregnenolone so you can stand the stress. Pregnenolone, the stress reducer. That's what it's for. And there's a list of the Pregnenolone benefits. Let's click on that and open that tab. Let's open that tab. Pregnenolone, it's what they call a prohormone that may help relieve depression. Studies I read said it will. But you know, when you're doing this kind of work, you can't say you know, this will do that or that will do that, because there are so many rules that say you can't say that something, so you can't say what you want to say. You have to say what you're supposed to say. That's right. And if you don't, there are consequences. You read about it all the time. So if you're concerned about your memory performance as you age, and maybe you're looking to boost your cognitive health, and you want to use natural sources to stay mentally sharp, aside from brain foods that boost focus and memory, a steroid. It's a steroid hormone called Pregnenolone. It's gaining a lot of attention for its potential neuroprotective effects, you know, the neurotransmitters of the brain. More water. Now we're talking about brain foods, boosting focus and memory, and helping with depression, anxiety, schizophrenia, Alzheimer's disease. What does scientific research suggest about the efficacy and the safety of Pregnenolone? Before you order a bottle, you want to read up on the latest Pregnenolone research. But what does the scientific research suggest about the efficacy and the safety of this supplement? Before you order a bottle, you want to read up on it. You may be surprised to find out how little is actually known about the uses of pregnenolone supplements for humans. There seems to be a lot of potential for it as a therapeutic agent, but there are some uncertainties that remain in question. That's why we need to talk about pregnenolone. It is a pro-hormone that serves as a precursor or starting material for numerous steroids, including cortisol, progesterone, dihydroepiandrosterone, DHEA, and all allopregnenolone. It's used, this pregnenolone is used to make steroid hormones that play an important role in modulating brain activity and behavior. Steroids are also needed to regulate physiological activities like memory, mood, food intake, waking, and reproduction. Pregnenolone is the main steroid that is synthesized from cholesterol in humans and animals. Pregnenolone has three main sources of synthesis: the brain, the adrenal glands, and the gonads. Studies show that this compound may have a role in regulating the mechanisms of anxiety and depression. There's also evidence to suggest that pregnenolone administration is associated with improved performance on cognitive tasks and aging-related impairments. The health benefits: it helps improve depression. It may reduce symptoms of schizophrenia. It may improve memory. It may potentially, it potentially reduces the effects of THC, tetrahydrocannabinol, marijuana. It helps improve depression. Research conducted in the last decade shows that pregnenolone may have beneficial effects on the mood and cognition. In fact, it may work as a natural remedy for depression. A 2014 randomized, double-blind, and placebo-controlled trial conducted at the University of Texas Southwestern Medical Center in Dallas found that pregnenolone may improve depressive symptoms in patients with bipolar disorder or manic depression. When adults with bipolar disorder and depressed mood were randomized into two groups, one receiving 500 milligrams a day of pregnenolone and one receiving a placebo as an add-on therapy, and they did this for 12 weeks. And for those taking the pro-hormone, they displayed greater depression remission rates. In other words, it dramatically decreased depression in a 12-week period of time. It helps improve depression. Another study involving patients with bipolar disorder, and you got an open mic there in Antoine, do you have a question, a topic, or a suggestion?
I was trying to hit the thing for a question. I guess I did it wrong.
We have a question. What is your question, sir?
I wanted, well, I was gonna wait till you. I wanted to ask you whenever you got done, finished explaining what you was part of the Pregnenolone, what you were talking about. I mean,
Okay.
it don't matter.
Okay, and when I finish that, what would you like me to talk about?
I want to ask because, like, doing those, as far as yellow eyes, you know, it said it wasn't nothing as far as jaundice, but on the blood test, it was showing high ALT levels. It was at 96. And you know, I know as far as driving, you know, and stuff like that, they get more, it seems like driving for periods of time, they get more red and darker yellow as time goes on and stuff like that. And so you know, I was just trying to figure out the best thing because I know it's, you know, as far as dealing with maybe the liver and stuff like that.
That's right. The liver it throws things out through the eyes. The eyes are a channel of elimination. So, okay, we're going to talk about how to improve the eyes. And of course, we previously talked about a number 1078 colon and liver cleanser. And we also talked about a number 4837 fiber powder, which absorbs all the toxins and poisons. It's a system that you can get when you order a product from Better Health Herbs called number 4486. Is a liver cleansing program with bentonite clay. And so that it's a kit. And that's one of the things that you would really want to do when anybody has eye problems is clean up go on the eye system. And we'll talk about that in a minute, okay? And go on the eye system and go on the liver cleansing system, and then watch the eyes improve, watch the liver improve, because it works very well. We're going to get back to finishing about Pregnenolone. Then we're going to get into how to cleanse those eyes, strengthen eyesight, and clean up the liver. And we'll do that after we finish talking about Pregnenolone, because Pregnenolone is what is called a neurosteroid, and it's been studied for its potential therapeutic role in neuropsychiatric disorders, including schizophrenia. In 2010, researchers published in the Journal of Clinical Psychiatry found that when patients with chronic schizophrenia or schizoaffective disorder were given 30 milligrams of Pregnenolone a day for an 8-week period, they experienced significant reductions in symptoms. The patients also saw improvement in attention and working memory performance. That was in 2010. In 2009, researchers at Duke University Medical Center's Department of Psychiatry and Behavioral Sciences found that taking 500 milligrams of Pregnenolone a day for an 8-week period led to significant improvements in symptoms of schizophrenia, such as inability to feel pleasure, which is anhedonia, and lack of speech, and the lack of emotions, that it significantly improved anhedonia and lack of speech and lack of emotion. It was incredible. Okay, potential benefits of Pregnenolone. Pregnenolone is a prohormone that serves as a precursor or starting material for numerous steroid actions in your body. It helps improve depression, may reduce schizophrenia, may improve memory, potentially reduces the effects of THC. It may improve memory. Studies involving rodents have showed that Pregnenolone positively affects the learning and memory. In 1992, researchers out of the Veterans Administration Medical Center in St. Louis found that the administration of this prohormone, Pregnenolone, to male mice improved their memory when using a foot shock experiment. Mice given Pregnenolone and Pregnenolone sulfate showed the best improvements in avoiding foot back or a mild electrical shock to the feet. A 2010 study published in the European Journal of Pharmacology suggests that intransal administration of this neurosteroid improved memory and displayed central nervous system effects. Although evidence indicates that memory performance is correlated with Pregnenolone levels in the brains of rodents, studies involving humans have mixed results. More research is needed to determine whether or not it can definitely improve memory and the cognitive health of humans. It potentially reduces the effects of THC because Pregnenolone is an inactive precursor of all steroid hormones. It can modulate brain activity and behavior. The physiological activity may be helpful for patients who are dealing with drug dependence, especially cannabis. If somebody's addicted to marijuana, cannabis, recent research suggests that THC, the psychoactive agent in cannabis and cannabis oil, significantly increases the synthesis of Pregnenolone in the brain by activating a specific receptor called 1-cannabinoid CB1. Then, because Pregnenolone acts as a signaling inhibitor for CB1, it reduces the effects of THC. This is called negative feedback, and it's the brain's way of protecting itself from the overactivation of receptors that are affected by THC and cannabis intoxication. Although THC causes an increase in food cravings that can promote food intake and cause a decrease in memory performance, researchers found that Pregnenolone administration actually blocked these behavioral changes in rodents. Okay, stop food cravings. It actually stopped food cravings. It actually stopped them from wanting the food intake, and it actually increased the memory and performance of rodents. When brain samples from rats were analyzed in a lab after being pre-treated with this Pregnenolone neurosteroid, scientists found that the steroid significantly attenuated the effects of the THC. Researchers suggest that given its effect on THC and the side effects of cannabis use, Pregnenolone may have supplementary advantages for the treatment of drug dependence, unlike orthosteric antagonists that are used to treat drug addiction and tend to cause profound discomfort, and they aren't well tolerated by drug dependent patients, and can be overcome by taking higher doses of a drug. A pregnenolone appears to be better tolerated and cannot be overcome by increasing the drug intake. So that's significant help for people who don't want to smoke pot or take cannabis. On top of that, this prohormone doesn't appear to inhibit all of the CB1 receptor activities. So in theory, you can still get CBD benefits when using cannabis medicinally, and you won't feel the psychoactive effects of THC. Now, however, more research in this area is needed to understand the potential of this neurosteroid for cannabis drug abuse. Studies have only been done in rodents or labs. It's difficult to administer the hormone to humans without it transforming to other steroids once it hits the bloodstream. Make sure to keep an eye out for more studies pertaining to the potential of pregnenolone benefit. Pregnenolone is also believed to be beneficial for arthritis, fatigue, endometriosis, and age-related disorders. But more research is needed on the efficacy of the hormone for those conditions before it can be recommended. Dosage and how to use it. Pregnenolone supplements available in capsule and tablet forms. Pregnenolone dosage varies from 10 to 50 milligram supplements available and instructed to be taken 1 or more times daily. And this is based on a healthcare professional's recommendation. These supplements are used to increase steroid hormone levels, including estrogen, testosterone, and progesterone. They are also used to relieve signs of depression, reduce stress, promote restful sleep, and improve fatigue. Pregnenolone is also used for weight loss. The scientific data pertaining to this neurosteroid and these health conditions is minimal, mostly conducted on rodents. And that means we can't be sure whether or not these supplements will actually benefit any of these concerns. Keep in mind that pregnenolone supplements are not regulated by the United States Food and Drug Administration, and the safety of these supplements has not been proven with scientific research. Risks and side effects, little is known about the safety of taking pregnenolone supplements. There is some concern that this prohormone can cause steroid-like effects, such as irritability, overstimulation, trouble sleeping, anxiety, anger, acne, mood changes, headaches, irregular heartbeat, and hair loss. That's conjecture. They have no proof about it, but that's what they think that it might have effects causing those problems. So you would have to keep yourself aware of how it's working for you. So if it's not working correctly, don't use it. People with hormone sensitive conditions should not use these supplements if they're hormone sensitive, especially conditions that may worsen because of exposure to estrogen. Pregnenolone is converted into estrogen and other sex hormones by the body. So people with endometriosis, uterine fibroids, breast cancer, and uterine cancer should consult their healthcare providers before using this type of a supplement. And there isn't any research to support the safety of pregnenolone use for women who are pregnant or nursing. So it should be avoided, just to be on the safe side until somebody actually tells us whether it is safe. In addition, pregnenolone supplementation should not be taken with any kind of hormones like birth control pills, estrogen pills, testosterone pills, because they may cause too much of a particular hormone in your body. Final thoughts with pregnenolone. Pregnenolone is a prohormone that serves as the starting material for numerous steroids, including cortisol, progesterone, DHEA, and testosterone. There are quite a few supplement companies that market pregnenolone. It is an answer to health conditions like depression, anxiety, fatigue, insomnia, obesity, and even hormone-related disorders like endometriosis. However, when you review the scientific evidence pertaining to those type of supplements, it's clear that we really don't know enough yet to make any appropriate recommendations. Based on the research that is available, this prohormone neurosteroid seems to be effective for reducing symptoms of depression. It may also help improve memory, relieve symptoms of schizophrenia, and reduce the effects of THC. However, once again, moreover, human studies are needed on these potential benefits. That's it for steroidal hormones, pregnenolone. Let's get over here because we need to talk about the eyes. And when we're talking about the eyes, well, then we're talking about going over to herbalhealthreview.com, clicking on common conditions. And when you clicked on common conditions, then you want to go down to A, B, C, D, E, scrolling down to E for eyes, clicking on the eye report, eyes, and clicking on read more, bringing up the eye report. Now, when we're talking about the eye report, then we go down to, because the eyes, most importantly, for most people, our eyes are one of the most important organs in our body. And there's been a lot of people who have come to me with eye infections, eye disorders, and here's what we do about it, because this is a system that worked. What to do? There's an eye solution that you make, and I'm looking at the eye report under common conditions on herbalhealthreview.com, and it tells me how to use a special eye system, and it tells me to take a combination of half of an eye cup full of colloidal silver water. Okay, I'm going to say it again. Half of an eye cup. You have an eye cup, half full of colloidal silver water, and
hey,
go ahead, Antoine. Go ahead, Antoine. Go ahead. Oop, now you can't. It's okay. I unmuted your mic. I unmuted your mic. Go ahead, Antoine. What is your question, or what did you want to say? Antoine, your mic is open.
Well, I guess I need Antoine. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Please tell me what you'd like me to know.
Hello? Oh, okay. Yeah, I had got the one. It was I don't know the number, but it's called a liver repair kit. Off of the website thing.
Yes.
So I'm not sure, like what. So there's some more stuff that I need to get with it. I know. So you said get the eye thing with it. Also, should I get the other one you spoke about earlier with the? I think it was 4486.
let's take a look at the liver repair kit. Liver repair. Okay, now here is a liver repair kit. Let's see what we're talking about. It's okay, and the liver repair kit, it has a liver support herbal tincture extract. It has milk thistle seed extract. It has glutathione, and it has that number 1078 liver cleansing liquid. That's what's in the liver repair kit. Okay, and it'll last you about 2 weeks. It's a 2-week liver repair kit that you do for 2 weeks. Okay, now getting back over to the eye report because we're running out of time. There is a system, and it tells you to take half of it, takes an eye cup and fill your eye cup half full of colloidal silver water. Take a little pinch of MSM powder and put that in there, just a tiny, tiny amount. And then add 1 drop of raw honey, not more than 3 drops of raw honey. Then it says in this eye report, it says take 3 drops, not more than 6 drops of CME number 1168. And you take, so if you're not sure how many drops to put of the number 1168, start with 1 drop and then go to 2 drops and make sure it's not too strong for you, that it's not too warm on your eyes. You don't have to, you know, all you want is for it to be comfortable. So if 1 drop of the number 1168 CME formula is strong enough and warm enough, fine. Otherwise, you can use up to 3, not more than 6 drops of CME in your eye cup. Then you take a squirt of this CME number 1168 and half of a dropper full or 1 squirt, and you squirt it under your tongue. So now you're getting it internally and it's in your little eye cup. And that number 1168, that is an eye formula that gets rid of eye infections because it has golden seal root extract. It has an herb in it called eye bright extract, which is for the eyes, to brighten the eyes and make the eyes stronger and work better. It has bayberry bark extract, which is an astringent that is going to pull all kinds of things out of the eye, like heavy metals and toxins, which are present in the eye as floaters. And this bayberry bark is going to pull all the junk out of the eye, any mucus, because the eye is a channel of elimination. It's got mucus, it's got toxins, it's got heavy metals, it's got whatever junk the body's trying to get rid of. It may even have debris that it just inserts into the eye because it can't get rid of it anywhere, and the liver couldn't get rid of it, so it pushes it out through the eyes. That's why the liver detox is so important. Okay, now you've got all these herbs in there: passion flower, bilberry fruit, leaf and extract, and the little dash of cayenne. That is all that's going into your eye cup 1 time a day. You do that every morning. You use and then you take and you seal this eye cup with all the ingredients up to your eye. And for 15 seconds to 30 seconds, you look up and down and back and forth. And then you do the other eye, seal it to the eye, look up and down and back and forth, and do that 3 times a day. And the eyes for the first week will drain. And they will drain and drain and drain. And people call me up and say, "What is going on? My eyes are draining and draining." And I say, "Don't worry, because after 7 days, they will quit draining." Then you've drained the swamp. You got everything out of there. You've taken all the pressure off the eye and drained all the bad things out of the eye. And then it's just feeding and healing the eye, the retina, the muscle, the cornea, the muscle behind the eye, every part of the eye. It's healing and healing it. And if you continue to use that eye formula for 1 year, if you wear glasses, you will not wear glasses after 1 year. You will need them. The eye will correct itself completely. But that's how you clean the eyes out. That's how you make the eyes awfully strong. And in this eye care kit, everything comes in a kit ready to go. It's kit number 4434 is the eye care kit. You get the See Me eye drops. You get the colloidal silver water. You get the lutein and zeaxanthin that is a teeny tiny little capsule that is the food that feeds the eyes. So you get all of that in an eye kit, and you get the eye wash cup, and then it gives you the directions, you know, again, and how to take it, and that's it. That's your little eye kit, and that's how you do it. So now you got the liver detox. Now you've got the eye. You can order the eye kit with everything and the eye cup all ready to go. Number 4434. And that's how to use it and take it. Go on the website, herbalhealthreview.com. Click on the eye report. And if you can't see the eye report, it's because you haven't made a donation, and I need a donation. And then you can see all the reports and use the website that I update on a daily basis. That's it. That's the eye report. We've come to the top of the hour, and we need another a prayer. Closing prayer and to close the broadcast. So I'm going for a closing prayer, and the closing prayer, and here is the closing prayer. Psalm 2. Psalms 2. 1. Why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing? Psalm 2. Psalm 2, 2. The kings of the earth set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together against the Lord and against his anointed, saying, let us break their bands asunder and cast away their cords from us. He that sitteth in the heavens shall laugh. The Lord shall have them in derision. Then shall he speak unto them in his wrath, and vex them in his sore displeasure. Yet have I set my king upon my holy hill of Zion. 7. I will declare, and I will declare the decree. The Lord has said unto me, thou art my son. This day I have begotten thee. 8. Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance, and the uttermost parts of the earth for thy possession. Thou shalt break them with a rod of iron. Thou shalt dash them in pieces like a potter's vessel. Be wise now, therefore, O ye kings, be instructed, ye judges of the earth. Serve the Lord with fear and rejoice with trembling. Kiss the Son, lest he be angry and ye perish from the way, when his wrath is kindled but a little. Blessed are all they that put their trust in him. All praises to the Most High. So be it. Please join me again next week and every
Right.
week. Antoine, did you have any question or comment?
Oh, all praises.
All praises to the Most High. Let's open up the microphones that we might all praise the Most High together. I'm going over here to the room and I'm unmuting all the microphones, and the microphones are all unmuted. Brothers and sisters, all praises to the Most High. All praises to the Most High. Bless you and bless your family. All praises to the Most High for the glory and for the victory. All praises to the Most High. All praises. All praises to the Most High. Shalom, brothers and sisters. All praises to the Most High.
Everybody, everybody, except for Christ. Let's read that. Come on.